flinched my apple. He flinched my dreams. I had a plan, a perfect scheme. But RNG, that wicked beast, that Mamoswine, get off that icicle crash feast. One flinch, one ruin turn. But now, it's his time to burn. You want a story? Sit right down. I've got 6 ways to take that dashing down. First up, the wheel, my treads of steel. Assault vest tight, no pain he'll feel. Rolls in quiet, he hits like fate. He doesn't flinch, he recalibrates. Then Samurai, he's Suyin blade. In a storm of slashes, debts are paid. He doesn't blink, he doesn't ask, he just completes the violent task. Mamoswine, tank of the sea, takes your hits like therapy. No crit, no freeze, no status trash. Gengar's next, oh you'll love this ghoul. Specs so thick, he rewrites the rule. No shadow safe when he's around. That ghost don't miss, he puts you down. The Oxy speed, the herb, the steel. He mirrors boosts and spins the wheel. He's fast, too fast, can't even track. He sees your plan and throws it back. But last, my favorite fruit gone rotten. You flinched him once, that won't be forgotten. Hydrapple's back with an ejecting plan. Landed hit, go right ahead, he vanishes clean. You drop fainted. I don't forget, I don't forgive. In my team, revenge motive lives. So flinch me once, that's kind of fun. But flinch me twice, I bring the diggers by. So dramatic. You flinched my apple, you ended my turn. But now it's your world that's gonna burn. Good night, Mamoswine.
Don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment below. Okay, so Dashing brought some pretty big surprises. The Cinccino is absolutely, that's a crazy bring. I thought he was going to bring like a neutralizing gas wheezing, is because he had a lot of issues with toxic spikes in our last match. Well, he didn't have issues if he kind of hacks me, but he theoretically had issues with toxic spikes in our last match. So bringing a remover, which I assume the Cinccino is, it was fair. Thought it was going to be wheezing, but Cinccino is alright too. We are running a Mirror Herb on our Deoxys Speed, which is big. I'm just going to leave the Hydrapple. Since he didn't bring the Tinkaton, which kind of surprised me a little bit, I can kind of safely go for Draco Meteor and pivot out and get my Terra off early, which is what I'm going to do. I imagine you're probably, Apple's a good lead into everything besides the, besides the Tornadus. And, I mean, the Tornadus lead might happen, but I don't know. I feel like it would be a little bit weird into my potential treads. So, just things to be careful about. I need to be very careful about that Tornadus. It is Terra Grass, which is kind of terrifying for my build. Especially if it's like a nasty plot set. I'm not running Haze on my Toxbuck this week. I'm running Assault Vest on it. Not what I wanted to see. Yeah, I didn't want to see the Tornadus early. No. Okay. This is going to immediately force my Toxbuck Sandusby. I can't afford this getting up nasty plots and stuff. I mean, one nice thing is that weakening this really opens up my my Deoxys Speed endgame. Is I am like Mirror Herb on it. So I'll be able to copy the Ogerpon's boost as he does Nasty Plot. Okay, yeah, that's not what I wanted to see early. But it is what it is. We should be able to take one because we are big AV Pex. And I'm just going to go for a Sludge Bomb, take my damage, and play from there. Psychic, that's going to do a lot. Not going to kill, but it'll do a lot. Yeah, it does do a lot. Get a Sludge Bomb. Poison. We do get the poison, which is really nice. That's good. I am running Ice Beam on the Deoxys Speed, so this was never like that big a threat, but poison is nice. Do I preserve Pex is a question. If I still have the Samurott to check the thingy. To check his Raging Bolt. Sorry, not Raging Bolt. Words today. To check his Chiyu. So maybe I do let this go down. What do I have to switch into this? I mean, if I go out into this, he Bleak Winds, but then he just like Focus Blast me the next turn, I make no progress. If I go into this and he Bleak Winds, that would be like a little bit annoying and create a situation where if that is like a Flame Charge to you, it's a big problem. I mean, I can... no, I'm just going to let Pix go down here. Pex did when it needed to. As you do, Bleak Wind like I kind of expected, but I didn't really have a way to preserve Pex there. But that's fine, Pex goes down, but I'm getting the pivotal chip that I need on this for my Deoxys speed to go kind of big, which is nice. Definitely regretting not bringing like a Specs Deoxys now, but it is what it is. My Deoxys is always my play here. It's going to be able to outspeed this. And I'm just going to probably Psychic. That's like a good middle ground play. Or do I Ice Beam in case that Chiyu comes in? It's because the Psychic will get a little bit of damage on Chiyu, like not a lot, but a bit. Yeah, I'm just going to Ice Beam. I mean, I imagine you sack the Torn here. Torn has kind of outworn its welcome, especially with that Toxic. As you do, sack off the Torn. Okay. So Torn goes down, which is big. Our Pex is gone, so the Chiyu is a little bit more scary. But that is okay. We can play with Pex out of the way. Thank God I brought Sophis Samurott. I was like not confident. Oh no, this came in. No. If I had a nasty plot off, this would instantly, my Deoxys would instantly win the game, but I do not, unfortunately. I do think a U-turn is coming out here. I don't really have a good way to punish though. Yeah, even though the U-turn's obvious, Hydrapple's still a decent like middle ground play. If a few U-turn got into Chiyu, I'm just gonna bring my Samurott out and get my spikes. As this is obviously the Terra Captain. Please go for like the Cudgel or something, or go for the Knock. If you go for the Knock, a little bit annoying because I don't get to eject back out later, but that's fine. We're Terra Bug. I don't think you have a Rocker this week. It's because you opted to bring the Tidy Up Mon. Oh no, Mamoswine might be rocks. U-turn came out like I expected, but it does nothing. It's because Hydrapple's a Hydrapple. Honestly, regen is going to get me back to full. You know that max defense now. Or at least I assume you're going to run the calcs and see that max defense. And we'll play from here. I imagine what's probably going to happen is you go out into your Chiyus because you know I'm Terra Bug. If you go out into Mamoswine, that would kind of surprise me. Diabolus, I assume that's Chiyu. Yep, indeed, the Chiyu. Blocking my Terra, which is a little annoying. So I'm just going to go Samurott here. If you are a Jetpack, good on you. That was a really good bring. It's because if you drag pack out into your Mamoswine, you're going to get a kill here, and there's not a whole lot I can do about it. So Cover Cloak switches out, and let's see, what do you go for? My Samurott is like good soft check for this. Flamestar, that's not going to do very much. It does nothing. And I could Flip Turn, I can Ceaseless. I like the idea of Ceaselessing. Force him to tidy up later. It's a potential Mon I can steal a Mirror boost on. Like I think I still steal the Mirror boost on the Ogerpon if it switches into me. It's been a while since I've used like Mirror Herb on Ogerpon, but I think that's how it works. I assume that's going to be the Raging Bolt. It is a Raging Bolt. I assume this is like some defensive set then, honestly. No, that is a more offensive Raging Bolt. Okay, so we get our spikes off, which is big. And I'm just going to go Treads. If you like Body Press Beat, you Body Press Beat. I think what we're probably going to see is a Draco Eject Pack. Just because I don't really have a Fairy. And since he didn't bring Tinkaton, my guess is he decided to gamble kind of hard that I wasn't going to bring my Comfy, which is fair. Comfy theoretically had a bad matchup into Tinkaton. As you're thinking about this for a while. You're thinking about this for way too long. I mean, I know that my Iron Treads is super obvious here, but what punish... I mean, I could see a Body Press coming out, but shouldn't be able to kill. You're thinking about this for way too long. I don't like this. No. I mean, maybe you're calculating to see if I'm like Spadef AV, but I should have revealed that information when you did nothing with the Flamestar before. So Mechajumi comes out. We're probably going to see a Draco eject. We do see a Draco, and I'm assuming the eject's going to come out after. No, eject pack doesn't come out after. Okay. Yeah, I'm just, wait. Do I switch in case this is like Shook Up Body Press? Now I should still be able to take a Body Press out that range. And you don't really have a good Earthquake switch in besides the Ogerpon, but if Ogerpon comes out, not really the end of the world, I'll take that Spike Trip any day of the week. I assume that's going to be the Ogerpon. Is the Ogerpon. Maybe I should play him a little more aggressively. It's because he's playing a little passively, which is why I've been able to like call out everything he's been doing so far. I do think the U-turn is super obvious here, but I really can't afford Raging Bolt going down. Sorry, not Raging Bolt, Iron Tread's going down, so I'm going to bring out my Apple, which it'll take the U-turn. If you got into Chiyu, that's just a free another turn of Ceaseless, or I could even just Folk Turn, honestly. U-turn, fair enough. That was kind of an obvious bring. Do nothing, because Apple's an Apple. We're probably going to see the Chiyu again to block my Terra. I think the longer he blocks my Terra, the worse my Hydro Apple is. That is... Oh. Are you playing for flinches? You're not going to be able to kill after I Terra Bug. Yes, I'm just going to Terra Bug Leaf Storm. Take my kill. And I mean, you have to know that I'm Terra Bug. I told you before the match I was Terra Bug. So I'm going to be able to eat this Icicle Crash, which is obviously coming my way, and assuming no flinches, of course. Amnesia. Oh, that's actually a really good pit tech, but unfortunately for you, I'm in Jetpack, so it's not going to work. I assume this is like Amnesia Weakness Policy or something. Yep, Amnesia Weakness Policy. Good tech, but I am the Jetpack. And I can't honestly go Samurai Aqua Jet, but I don't love that play, is because that doesn't create a situation where that Chiyu is a little bit more scary. Do I have anything that switches into this? Like takes an Ice Shard? I mean, Aqua Jet should kill, right? So I think just this and Aqua Jet. If I do take the Ice Shard, I take the Ice Shard. But that shouldn't be the end of the world. Aqua Jet 100% should kill at this range. Yep, as it does kill. Mamoswine gone. No flinches for you. No RNG. Mamo gone. All you have left is Ogerpon Grass, Chiyu, Zenchino, and Raging Bolt. So, unfortunately, with the Chiyu still healthy, who's that? Ogerpon. Okay, do you take the spikes? I wasn't paying attention, like, at all. I assume it's Boots over here. Yeah, it's Boots Ogre. I mean, the U-turn, once again, super obvious. Do I want to call it out? Kind of, but at the same time, I feel like the payoff's so low for me calling it out, I'm not going to. I'm just going to go into my Hydro Apple. If you U-turn, you U-turn. If you knock, you knock. No, doesn't really do anything. If you U-turn, I assume you're going to bring Chiyu out, which is just a free turn of Hammer Off for me. So U-turn, you're doing even less, just because you don't get that super effective damage. So Hydro Apple just kind of being at the thorn in my opponent's team, kind of doing what it does best. Just being like a tanky monster. If the Zenchino comes out, that would be a little annoying, but not the end of the world. Okay, so this comes out, yeah. Fair enough, trying to get your shit. If you, do I just go this, and if you Botocrest, you Botocrest? Yeah, why not? Not really a huge upside to keeping treads around anyways. Like, it's nice to be able to eat the electric move, but not the end of the world if I have to, like, eat a Draco. Oh, Draco, that's going to do even less. Yeah. I'm really tempted to go Apple here. I feel like, or do I just knock? Yeah, I'm just gonna knock. It's because if you bring out the Ogerpon, you're gonna be starting to take the steady spike strip. If you stay in, good on you. Like, not the end of the world. I still do have checks to the Raging Gold outside my Iron Treads. So you're thinking about this for a while. We're probably going to see an Ogre come out as here, but if you stay in, you stay in. Like, not the end. I mean, you might be Shuka. It's because you're thinking about this for way too long. Okay, so the Ogre does come out like I expected. He's continuing to play it a little bit on the passive side. Oh no, this comes out. I knocked. And I am Speedcart for this. So, you lose your Scarf. I'm going to outspeed and I can just Earthquake this. If you go Ogre, you go Ogre, not the end of the world. But this losing Scarf's huge. I don't think that was the right play on his end. It's because GU, I mean, before I had to keep my Samurott like relatively healthy and alive to check this GU. Now my Samurott is like a lot less necessary for me, and I can kind of play a little more aggressively with it. Maybe you're trying to get Chinchino in? Try to get a Tidy Up sweep off? This GU gone is also really big. It's because it's creating a situation where my Deoxys speed looks like absolutely amazing. If you go good Chinchino here, I'm just going to sack up my treads. I can't really afford it getting up Tidy Ups. I am max defense Hydrapple, but I assume you ran like some speed. Yeah, Chinchino comes in. Good boots. Let me think. Does trends become an issue? Does Bolt become an issue if it's like specs? It might be. Can I just go this and Draco? And then Aqua Jet take it out? Wait. I don't think I have enough time to calc, do I? Yeah, 35 seconds I might have enough time to calc. If you're max HP, I actually don't take you out. I think I am going to Earth Spike. I can't afford multiple Tidy Ups getting up. As you do Tidy Up, so I went for the right play. Probably should have Heavy Slammed actually, now thinking about it, because it probably did a little bit more than what I went for. I think Heavy Slam would have been 120 base power, while Earthquake's only 100. I should have probably ran calcs and been more, specific with that, but it's fine. Do I sack Gengar here? Yeah, I think I do. Gengar doesn't really seem that useful here. And I still do like my treads to absorb the Thunderclap. It's because, I don't know, is that Specs Raging Bolt with that damage? I mean, I haven't really been calcing super hardcore this game, but it might be. And if it's like Specs Thunderclap end game, maybe that could be scary if I let treads go down. Is you Alcatel? Okay, yeah, fair enough. That's gonna not kill me. As I get Curse Body, ooh, that's actually really nice. Let me think through what moves he has to be. He's Aqua Tail, Tidy Up. He has to be Bullet Seed to be I have a potential Rotom Wash. Probably going to be Tail Slap. I mean, Bullet Seed is going to kill my Gengar, but I don't think it's going to be able to kill my Hydrapple, so I'm going to go Hydrapple here. And preserve my Gengar. I would have let Gengar go down if I didn't get the Curse Body, but since I got the Curse Body, I can play a little more aggressively. Sure, Knock. That's going to do nothing. Yeah. I'm just going to Pollen Puff you. Tail Slap shouldn't be able to... Yeah, Tail Slap's going to do nothing. Hydrapple is just like a absolute tanky monster. You sure brought the Neutralizing Gas, Mon. Like, I think your best way of winning this game was using Neutralizing Gas to neutralize the recovery my Hydrapple is getting. But maybe you expect to recover Hydrapple or something. So Pollen Puff comes out, and that is a dead Chinchino. So Chinchino gone. All you have left is Ogerpon and Raking Bolt. So this is looking like a very good endgame for me. Like, I have multiple ways to win this, especially with that Ogerpon weekend. I'm pretty sure Ice Beam wins this. So as this comes in, it is Boots. Yeah, no, yeah, I tidied it up before, so it might not be Boots. Probably Draco. It is only the Ogre alive, right? If it's the only Ogre alive, I might sack Samurott. Samurott isn't like that necessary here. And I still do kind of need the Hydrapple for the Ogerpon. So we switch. Samurott comes in. You're going to think about this for a bit. Earthquake. I don't get the Earthquake play. Is this not Thunderclap? I mean, either way, I think Ceaseless is always my play. Like, let the Hammerrock go down. Gives me an opportunity to... Okay, so you don't just go for the funny move. We get our layer of spikes. Not that it really matters. And you Earthquake again. What are you trying to catch with the Earthquake? Maybe you're trying to catch treads, but... I don't know. Do I do something crazy and Aqua Jet here for Aura? No, I'm not going to. I'm just going to Ceaseless. If you Thunderclap, not really the end of the world. Our Hammerhawk goes down, but it did what it needed to. It checked the Chi-Yu. I think you definitely should have kept the Chi-Yu alive to force me to play more conservatively with the Pokemon. So I'm just going to go Deoxys and reveal my funny tech. I think Ice Beam should be able to kill an Otabon. Ice Beam definitely will be able to kill this. I mean, do I just Nasty Plot? No. Nasty Plot would be too crazy of a play. So Ice Beam, dead Raging Bolt, and that is going to be a dead Ogre. And we move on to the final 3 of the PPL NX and get our revenge on Dashing after he kind of hacks us game 1. So, yeah, I mean, I don't think Ice Beam will kill, but I actually don't know if this kills. So, we get to reveal our funny tech. Haha, I am faster than you. But it doesn't really matter. I'm just going to Ice Beam. I never got the opportunity to get the Nasty Plot off, unfortunately. Oh, you live. Do you kill me? Oh no, Knock's not gonna kill. Yeah, Knock definitely doesn't kill without the boost. So we Ice Beam, and good game, and see you guys in top 3 of the PPL NX in our next battle. Yep, and you're just gonna see Ogre go down slowly, painfully. Die, Ogre, die. So, yeah, game.